Hey guys, my name is Brittany. I am a full-time route setter here at Movement Golden, and I thought it would be really cool today to kind of take you along with me and set some routes and kind of just get a little behind the scene of how we do the things we do, why we do the things we do. So I figured today would be a nice chill opportunity to kind of just take you around and kind of just show you the daily routine of a commercial route setter. But first we need coffee, breakfast, and just take a little look around the gym, see how things are going. So one of the first things that I do in my morning routine is checking my assignments. It just kind of tells you what the pace of the day might look like. So to do that, I'm going to log into Plastic. Plastic is a resource that we use to store data about our gym. It helps give a visual representation of what our grading scale looks like. It's also just really useful to see what you're setting and where you're setting and also who you're setting next to. That way you can start planning for the day. So today I'll be setting a pink 12A and a black 10D, and I'm really excited to get started because I love this arret feature. But before we get stripping, we have to set up our zone and just get our station ready, so let's go do that. Recently we've been storing holds for a competition, so this is not always what my day looks like. So before we set, we have to strip. But before we strip, we have to set up our zone, which is my favorite part of the job. Actually, the only reason I do this job still is because I just love setting up zones so much. Typically when I get my gear out, I'll inspect it and just make sure that nothing is broken and I'm not going to die.
Don't laugh at me!
All right, my gear looked good to go. My line is set up. I'm just gonna put my bucket on and then we're gonna get up that wall and start stripping. Holds. Stripping is a pretty straightforward process here. We're just taking dirty holds off the wall so we can put clean new ones on. And here it is, a fresh, clean zone ready to be set on, and of course, dirty holds. So because this wall has an arret, we're gonna have to be pretty smart about our hold selection. And what I mean by that is hold quality and hold sharpness. So for example, I put these two crimps on the wall and I think that the top one is just too much. It's too sharp, it's uncomfortable, and I think the bottom one is perfect. It's slopey, it's hard to stand on, and we're sitting in 12, so let's do it. So when choosing my holds, I tend to stick with a theme. So I got really inspired by this sandstone pinch. I just thought it was a really cool and comfortable hold that's still hard to use. So I kind of just went with the theme of sandstone holds using these pinches. Again, like I mentioned, they're not super easy to stand on, especially if they're vertical. That combined with some slopey feet, nothing too good because remember, we're setting a vertical arret, right? Sometimes I'll sort my holds on the floor, not always, but today I decided to. I feel like sometimes if you arrange them by hold quality and then put them in your bucket, it kind of helps you out in the long run. Not gonna lie though, sometimes I'll just throw a handful of feet in my bucket with some bolts scattered in there and call it a day. Nothing would be worse than a hold de-threading from the wall because your bolt's not long enough. That might be too long, but we're gonna go with it. So here I'm just setting up my bucket line, and then we're just gonna gear up and get ready to set this route. Harness, safety glasses, helmet, my bits, my drill. I chose to use a lot of pinches and side pulls to create a lot of directionality and just make it hard to stand on. My New Year's resolution is to stop bringing up so many unnecessary holds. I'm so sorry, oh my god. Okay, so here is the first draft, the skeleton of my route, and now we're just gonna go eat some lunch and then we'll get to forerunning. Just kidding, editing me forgot I had a second route to set, so we're gonna go do that. Number one tip to any new route setters, chalk your holds, everyone will love you for it. I love a good block. There it is, 2 brand new routes. All right, I just finished setting my 2 routes. It's about 2:15, so about 15 minutes over my goal, but that's okay because you guys are with me today. So I think it's time for some lunch and then we're gonna get to forerunning. So obviously I can't film while I'm forerunning, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about my process here. So when you're setting, you don't really know how a hold is going to feel on the wall, and this was just an example of a time where it was just not working out. So I had to move quite a bit of things around, which took a little bit of troubleshooting, but to be honest with you, I feel like the magic is really made on the wall anyway, and so I ended up really liking the sequence that turned out. This upper section here I decided was just too easy, so I'm turning holds a little more aggressively, which will make it harder to gain, and again, it'll make it harder to step on. And you might have to do a talon toe, like that. And there it is, 4 new routes for today. Really quick, I just wanted to compare a photo of my skeleton to the finalized version, and just remind everyone that we're not perfect. We definitely make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so this is kind of one of the worst parts of my job, is putting an arbitrary grade over a climb that's going to just suit people differently. Obviously, I use my best judgment when grading things, but sometimes I'm terribly wrong, and that's what these consensus tags are for.
Really enjoyed all of the routes I climbed today. Today was a really smooth, chill day. But yeah, I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys today. Let me know if you like this type of video. I'd love to do it more. Maybe some boulders next time. See you on the wall.